Okay, awesome. We are live. I hope I'm not too backlit. Let me hit the other lights. Okay, much better. Now, let's get started on this blanket if you're watching the VOD, since nobody's here yet. Had a heck of a time trying to go live tonight. My tablet would just not cooperate. So, woohoo. Let's see. Boop. Okay. Alright, there we go. Right, welcome to the live. I hope everyone can hear me over the dull roar of my air conditioner. It's really, really hot, so yeah. We are melting in Pennsylvania. If you're just joining, don't forget to subscribe. Double tap the screen to like the live. And I do hope you will stay and hang out for a little while. We're making a throw blanket tonight. Oh, big jump. Hello everyone, welcome to the live. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. We're crocheting a throw blanket tonight using this blast from the past, an Ogo. Why are we crocheting a blanket tonight? It's for a friend of mine as a gift. My initial plan was to work more on my granny square blanket, but my friend got a bad diagnosis, so I'm making her a throw blanket. Also, can everyone hear me okay? I have my air conditioner running and it's kind of loud. Thank you, Rebecca, for letting me know it's all okay. Right. So, what's everybody working on tonight? Making a blanket. Excuse me. Alright, row counter. I should put it there because that's where everything goes during these things. 2, okay. It is very hot in Pennsylvania today. Extremely hot. I also had a new vlog come out today. And I filmed a bunch of short form content videos. And I took a nap earlier so that I'm not falling asleep later in the live. Because that happens sometimes. You're crocheting bandages. Hi, Aaliyah. Hi, Laura. Happy Saturday. I had one heck of a week. Let me tell you that. So this week, yes, Monday, I got home from work and Guinness, my black cat, jump scared me. I couldn't find him anywhere in my house and I was getting freaked out because he's older and I don't like it when I can't find him. And I was standing there thinking, running through my head of, yup, I'm using Ogo yarn. I still have a bunch laying around. I'm one of those weirdos. I liked the Ogo. I think I'm the only person on the planet that misses them. And bandanas, not bandages. Oh, autocorrect. No, I did not. Hold on. We're switching to the other row counter because that one's being stupid. We just did 23 rows. There we go. Yes, I'm using Ogo yarn because I'm a weirdo that really liked the Ogo yarn. But anyway, Guinness, so I couldn't find Guinness on Monday, and then this black chair upstairs sneezed, and he came out of nowhere and scared the heck out of me. Then Wednesday, I pulled a 12-and-a-half-hour day at work. Then Thursday, I unfortunately found out one of my coworkers was diagnosed with aggressive cancer. Which is why we are making a blanket tonight instead of working on my granny square blanket. Rip the Ogos apart for stuff. See, I was weird. I liked them, especially when they were on clearance. I am doing the linen stitch. So chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. But I'm making it into a triangle. What I'm going to do is make 4 big triangles, and then I'm going to put them together into a square. And then crochet a border around them. So it's a little less tedious version of a throw blanket. I like making this style for baby blankets, but I'm going to make this one throw blanket sized. Colors together sometimes. Oh yeah, they were ugly sometimes. Some of them were ugly, but I really liked the rainbow, the baby rainbow for Red Heart. I still have a bunch laying around. And then yesterday was just a conga line of one thing going wrong after another. Making a diamond shape. No, I am making a triangle. I'm going to make 4 triangles and put them together so the corners will go on the inside to make it look like a square. I've done this style a couple of times for baby blankets. What row was that? 24. So, basically what I'm going to do is make 4 triangles and sew them all together into a square. And then I'll put a border around it. If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen, hit the subscribe button, and hang out and chat for a bit. Or at least I hope you will stay and chat for a bit. Because, yeah, my week was kind of terrible. So I've been looking forward to this live. Even though I'm kind of technically sitting here talking to myself most of the time. It's like weird therapy. With yarn. Oh wow, the math is mathing. I think this is the fastest I've gotten likes. Usually it takes a while before they start rolling in, but today it's busy. I do want to try and catch the Zaddy Crafts live later. Here's a cup of coffee. So much work must have taken ages. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. A Zaddy Craft live. Yeah, they're doing a live tonight about, well, tonight our time. It's tomorrow Australia time. It'll be around 10 o'clock Pennsylvania time. They're talking about shipping to the USA updates, new colors, stuff like that. I don't buy the Zaddy Crafts yarn because I don't use chenille. And I can't afford shipping from Australia. But, I mean, I like the guy's content. He's funny. I like that Crochet Squad and all their content. It's pretty fun. But, yes. It'll be about 10 o'clock my time tonight. Eastern Standard Time. Well, actually, it's Eastern Daylight Time, technically, right now. Yeah. So, I might watch it, because I did wake up kind of late this morning. I was so tired after this past week that I slept in until 9:30 this morning. And I'm a person that's usually up at 5 o'clock in the morning most days, weekday or weekend, so. That was, yeah. I woke up and I was like, why is the sun up? Also, when did the sun come back? Because I live in Pennsylvania and it's been nothing but torrential downpours here for the past 2 weeks. I was like, what's that big yellow thing in the sky and why is it up when I'm waking up? Normally it's not up yet when I get up. I'm just so used to waking up at 5 in the morning that even on weekends I do it unintentionally. Usually the latest I'll sleep in on a weekend is until 7. Semi-late time for you? Yup. That's what this past week has been to me. Friday took a lot out of me. I didn't even crochet Friday night. I got home and just doom scrolled TikTok for a while and stared at the wall. And then I slept in until 9:30, and it's like I didn't go to bed any later or anything. I went to bed around 9 o'clock like I usually do. I was just so done. That I conked out. And I only really got up at 9:30 because Guinness got me up and moving. He was like, Mom, it's food time. Mom, please get up. I didn't even make it to bed. I fell asleep on the couch. And I blinked and it was 9:30 in the morning. And I was gonna film another vlog today, but I didn't. I was gonna gear up and try and see how many granny squares can I make in a day, but things happen. I need to have the yarn start on this side, not that side. We'll do it next weekend. I'm ahead on vlogs filmed, so I have one that came out today. I've got another one coming out, and then I'm set. A teeny bosh. A younger Carson had her birthday. She's so excited to be a teeny bopper. Good for her! Good for her. How exciting. Your parents still gonna treat you the same, but go off. Yeah. Should say, don't be too excited to be growing up. It sucks. Biggest yarn. Ew, yarn barf. Half the skein out. My condolences, Laura. Ugh, hate yarn barf. Hello. Welcome to the live. I know that is one thing I liked about the Ogo. It didn't actually yarn barf a lot. I mean, yeah, it was gimmicky, but gimmicks aren't always bad. Sometimes they can be fun. Also, I mean, it's just, it's funny. It's funny looking. It tickles my sense of humor. It's like a worm of yarn. It's a tube of yarn. Doesn't particularly listen well. Children. Yes. I know many like that. I'm like, please just enjoy being a kid. You're gonna miss it when you're old, like me. You're like, yay, I can drive and I can buy what I want. Yeah, and there's also like taxes and insurance and worst of all, making your own doctor's appointments and remembering them. If you're just joining us, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit the subscribe button. I do hope you will stay and chat for a little while. We have a lot of fun here. We've been live for about a half hour. And I'll probably keep going until about 10 o'clock. Don't understand the need to grow up so much. It's not knowing the background of being an adult. You just see kids, they're like, oh, this person gets to stay up past their bedtime and have cake whenever they want and drive. But we don't tell kids about the realities behind it. At least that's my theory. And also, I think their frontal lobes are just not developed enough to appreciate the moment. I know I certainly didn't when I was younger. There were a lot of times where thinking back, I'm like, I should have appreciated this, but I was just too busy looking to the future. Adonis. Oh, Adonis. Just don't want to come out. Yeah. Guinness is melting into the floor somewhere upstairs. As are Rocky and Zuzu. It's melty cat season. Though they did get very upset that I took a shower without them earlier. They're like, "Mom, open the door!" You enjoyed every moment of childhood that you could. Well. The cats, yes, they like water. Guinness especially, he loves showers. He will stand in the shower and stick his head past the curtain and reach out and just be like batting at it. And Rocky and Zuzu just don't want to miss anything. Mom's coming home from the hospital tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. She's doing well. And she's recovering. I didn't really appreciate moments in my childhood a lot just because I had a lot of health issues that I had to grow out of. Basically, and I was like, can we hurry this up and grow out of it, please? I had extremely severe anxiety. And my psychiatrist was always like, well, once you're done growing, your brain will calm down a bit because it doesn't have to do any growing anymore. I'm like, great, can we just skip to that part? Can we get to the growing out of the weird anxiety? I'm like, yeah, I still have anxiety, but just getting older made it a lot easier to deal with. We're at 28 rows right now. We still got a good bit of Ogo to go. It's so funny looking. I love it. Oh, she's in good spirits. I'm glad to hear that. Hope she's not in too much pain or anything. One second. I am thirsty. Everybody, drink your water. Take your medication. I'm using my mug that my boss got me for Christmas a couple years ago. $2022, I think. Yeah, 2022. Having a jasmine tea latte. Iced. I don't normally like iced lattes, but I'm dying here. It's too hot, so. Iced coffee it is. Or, well, whatever. I don't know. It was a packet of powder that said add to 6 ounces of hot water and then pour over ice. And that's what the translation said because the instructions were written in Chinese. If you're just joining the live, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. We have lots of fun chatting and crocheting and hearing about my weird life as a full-time teacher. And I don't get a summer break because we go year-round. Hooray! And we just hit the half-hour mark. Woohoo! Making fast progress today. Have to get this blanket done by Friday next week. But I'm ahead of schedule on filming long form and short form content, so. And this is a very mindless pattern, so I can just work on it while watching TV or when the kids are sleeping. Right. Let's go hang out with Adonis. Godspeed, Aaliyah. But wee, how fun. Boy, there's a bunch of people here tonight. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen. Click the live, subscribe. Thank you. I just got an alert on my phone to whoever just subscribed. Thank you. That really helps me out, makes me really happy. We inch ever closer to 1,000 subscribers. So I would like 1,500 by Christmas. But it's only June, so we've got time. 29. I just love the linen stitch. Look at that. How fun is that? It looks so cool, but it's so simple. You're just chaining, excuse me, and single crocheting. He's a trip. Yup. All your Adonis stories, and he sounds like an entity of chaos, and I love it. Love entities of chaos. They make life interesting. Looking at the sky, it's getting cloudy here, but I don't think it's supposed to rain the rest of the day. I really hope the rain slows down soon. Ground around here can't take it anymore. What is the weather forecast for tonight? Ew, it's too hot. It's supposed to be nice. Oh, wow. It's not supposed to start raining again until next weekend. Woohoo! Finally, a break. It's like, but of course, it's supposed to be so incredibly hot. It's going to be hot enough that I had to send out a message to all the parents of the kids in my class reminding them to make sure the kids are dressed in lightweight clothing. He opened his ball. He likes to lick the bolts. Guinness likes licking the can of wet food too when he's done. What time is it anyway? 7:20. I really got the next thing I need for my little yarn nook here. I need to get like a real clock or something. Put it on the wall. And I went to Michael's today. Wanted to get a gift for my coworker who got the cancer diagnosis. And I wanted to check out because I see everywhere that like, oh, the Joann's yarn has arrived at Michael's. So I was like, oh, I'll go scope it out and see what's going on. It's not at my local Michael's yet. But I got some stuff. Lick the can, let him lick the can. Ah, man. Hiding medicine and wet food. My cat Moo Moo, we would hide her anti-seizure medication in a piece of cheese like she was a dog. Loved it. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Yeah, I went to Michael's today. I saw a bunch of boxes and I peeked at them and they had like Posh Pearl and everything in them, but it wasn't out for sale yet. Oh no. I'm a good girl. I don't dig around in the bins underneath the yarn aisle. But I went. Had a great and a lovely conversation with the cashier, though. Because I had bought a boy I taught myself to crochet kit for my coworker. And she was asking me, oh, are you going to learn how to crochet? And I said, no, this is for my sick coworker. I already know how to crochet, but she's always wanted to learn. And now she's going to have the time to learn because she has to go inpatient for treatment. And the cashier on top ended up giving me an extra discount on top of my teacher discount, on top of all my vouchers and everything. So there was a Bernat in a mountain. Yeah, my Michaels is extremely limited on yarn. My Michaels is like dominated by storage. It has like an aisle and a half for yarn, and they took out one of the yarn aisles to make into fabric. They have a little bit of Bernat at my Michaels, but it's mostly loops and threads there. And the Caron cakes. And there's Woolies from Lion Brand at my Michaels, but I can't use Woolies because I'm allergic to wool, so. Other than that, it's just loops and threads, but I picked up a guide for my friend. I got her some yarn in her favorite color, and I also restocked because they had a lot of cotton yarn and I needed more cotton yarn. So I restocked that and filmed a partial yarn haul video, but that won't be up until like September because I am in fact going forward with my unboxing day video idea. And the first video for that should be coming out on the 26th. So, like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when that video comes out. It's a nice big yarn haul video. As a teacher, I can't afford to do these giant yarn hauls that some people do because teachers don't make a lot of money in America. So what I'm doing is I take my usual yarn purchases that I do every so often and I just film them all together and I'm putting it all into one big video. So the video coming out next week will cover any yarn I bought in May and June, and then I'll film another one over the course of like the next 3 months and have another one come out in September. Unless I win the lottery, in which case I can buy more yarn and it'll come out in August. But I don't think I'm going to win the lottery anytime soon. And if I did, I probably still wouldn't quit my job. I'd still keep going to work. It would just become a weird hobby instead. But yay, yarn hauls. My Michaels also had a ton of like disco balls on clearance. And they were pretty cheap, so I bought some for my classroom. Like there was a rainbow disco ball, and then there was like a garland of just disco balls. So I'm gonna bring those into work on Monday, and I'm sure the kids will love them. Hi, Guinness. Guinness. Guinness the Black, he's walking away. He's gonna go sit right in front of the air conditioner. Okay. Poor guy, I'd hate to be a black cat in the middle of a heat wave. It sounds awful. And he's scratching up the couch. Lovely. Cats. Little agents of chaos, but they're cute. When Rocky and Zuzu were little babies, they actually tore a hole open in the back of my couch. Hi, Guinness. And then they would go crawl inside the hole and sleep inside the back of the couch. But now they're too big to fit back there. And every time I sewed it up, they would just tear it right back open, go right back inside. And Guinness is going upstairs. We're almost at the hour mark. Jeez, time has flown this evening. I hope everyone's crochet projects are going well. Right when you thought you would have PC knocks on the door. Yup. That tracks for cats. Oh, Adonis. What a funny guy. It's the family group chat. My brother is on a quest to replace a light in his ceiling at his house by himself. Okay. Woohoo! You avoided some chaos. 32. Okay, so I want the yarn to come around this side. I'm sure Guinness will come bursting through the blanket any moment. So I know I have my grandma's blanket hanging up here, but my brother's blanket that I'm making has gotten so big I don't really have anywhere to put it. So I just draped it here over the ceiling, no, not the ceiling. I can't talk anymore. The railing, not the ceiling, the railing. So I draped it over there. Also to kind of hide all the stuff on the stairs, because I don't live in a very nice aesthetic house. My house is from the 60s. There's no natural light whatsoever, and it's dark and creaky, but so just cover up all the imperfections with granny squares. Next week we will work more on that blanket again, because I wanted to film how many granny squares can I make in a day today, but shenanigans. So we'll film that next weekend when I'm finished with this thing. I have a ton ton of other granny squares on the blocking boards today that I've been able to do, because I am making squares for the blanket and working on it behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. If you're just joining the live, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit the subscribe button, hang out and chat for a while. I don't bite much. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Here's what's left of the worm so far. How big of a blanket are you making? This one I'm working on right now. It's just supposed to be like throw blanket sized. The big granny square blanket here that I've been working on, that's going to be about king sized, I'm hoping. It should work up to about that size. But we put a pin on that one for this week. Switch devices, yay! Yeah, we put a pin on that one for this week because one of my coworkers got a bad diagnosis. So I'm making her a throw blanket and a couple other things for while she's in treatment. Cancer sucks. So I've made a truce with my old enemy Charon Simply Soft to make her some hats as well. And that's the yarn I'm using for this blanket. I'm using an Ogo for this triangle. I have another Ogo for another triangle, and then I have 2 solid skeins I'm going to use. And then another skein that I will use to put a border on. And this should work out to throw blanket size. I wouldn't say Charon Simply Soft isn't my nemesis. That would be anything with wool and it would be my nemesis. Charon Simply Soft, it's just... I like the drape and I like the shine. I like shiny. I just don't like how splitty it is. I don't really make things that need a lot of drape. except like shawls and stuff, but I tend to use DK weight or less for shawls or cotton. Cam, you remember me, you do? The baby blanket, yes. I've made many baby blankets since then. You talking about the purple one? I've made quite a few baby blankets recently. Purple one. Yeah, that was one of my very first live streams. And we've been going. The baby I made it for is now 3 months old. And very cute. And my superpower held strong. She was born 2 days after I finished it. Hi, Guinness. Here comes a boy. The black cat is here. Hi, Guinness. Paying his dues. That big old tail. You are shedding so much, buddy. I just brushed you this morning. No, this is a throw blanket, a little bigger. Oh, hi, Guinness. Dues paid. Yes, Guinness has come to pay his dues. And get some pets and show off his butt. Yes, black cat. You, my baby. Yes, my baby boy. Oh, I gotta get my lint roller out. Let's see. Here he is. Here's the boy. A bunch of likes just came in with Guinness on screen. You're the true star, Guinness. Yes. He does have a very long tail. It goes everywhere. It does, yes. You like to whack me in the face with it at night. He's a big boy. Wasn't always this big. He was just a little guy when I adopted him. We were just a little baby kitten with gigantic paws, and now he's a big boy. If you can believe it, my cat Rocky is even bigger. It's my sweet Guinness cat. My sweet black cat. You subscribed. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Really helps me out. My black cat. You need your claws trimmed. Keep getting stuck to my pants. Hello, and your one white whisker. Yes, hello. You are a lovely boy. Yes. Oh, it's okay, it's just a piece of paper, your big tail. That big tail whips everywhere and knocks everything down. Yes. Yes. Alright. Pet break. Pet the kitty, pet the Guinness, pet the Guinness. Pet the Guinness. And we just passed the 1 hour mark of being live. Woohoo. Yeah, this is about the time you show up. Yes. Oh my goodness, you are a happy boy tonight. Your one white whisker. I want to know how you got one white whisker. Mr. Guinness has a condition. Yeah, Rocky's a big boy. He's got a big fluffy tail. Well, Rocky's part Maine Coon. His father was Maine Coon, so. Well, thank you for liking and subscribing. Ugh, your fur. Yes, but Guinness has a condition called melanism. It's the opposite of being albino, where he has... When you're albino, you have no pigmentation. He has the opposite, where he has too much. So his whiskers are black, his toe beans are black, his butt is mostly black, his eyes are black. Only white on him is that one white whisker and his little white teeth. So yes, he's a special black cat. He's just absorbs light. He's a void. And he blends in with furniture. Aw, good boy. Oh, you're shedding all over me. The amount I spend on lint rollers is surprisingly high. Cat is happy to go on stream. Yeah, he knows my live stream voice, and he'll come on. Meanwhile, my other cat, because I have 3, Zuzu, she hears my live stream voice, she runs away. Because she's camera shy. Ever since she was a baby, I would try to get a picture of her. Covered in fur. You sitting there now? Okay. Hang on, guys. I gotta get my lint roller for my face. Yes, you are so dark. And shedding like crazy today. Oh, yes, the paw. The paw. The paw. Yes, I'm lint rolling my face. Don't judge me. Okay, there we go. Much better. Oh, I think he got some fur up my nose. Yes, Guinness. All right. Drink your water. Or latte, if you're me. Take your medicine. Let's get back to work. Yeah. Don't see judgment from me. Thank you, Aaliyah. I'm good at cat hair decontamination since I do sell pretty much everything I make if it's not a gift or a personal project. So, like, everything I make is thoroughly cleaned before being shipped. Dog keeps shedding. Yeah, shedding season is no joke. And For domestic short hair, Guinness sheds a lot. To the point where I'm like pretty sure I've brushed enough fur off of him that I could needle felt a life-sized statue of him and still have some left over. Trying to blow the cat hair off my face without disturbing my foundation. So I have had to start. It's just point of the year where I look absolutely dead inside, so I've started putting on some foundation and eyeshadow on live just because I've got Gucci bags under my eyes. The bags under my eyes have bags. And like I've said multiple times on this live, this past week just sucked at work. And next week isn't looking any better. Because, yeah. At least the overtime check from this past week will be very nice. My black cat's name is Guinness. His name is Guinness and he is 14. He will be 15 in August. And maybe we'll do a live stream birthday party for him. Because I am that kind of white people. Yes, Mr. Guinness is going to be 15 years old. But he's still very spry and runs and leaps everywhere. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's just sitting on the arm of my chair right here. Puppy? Aw. Little puppy. How old is your puppy? Yay. Oh god, there's fur on my yarn. My row counter. My goodness. Guinness, you're getting a bath later. I know you won't mind that because you like baths. Guinness is strange. He likes to shower. He gets very offended if I don't let him shower with me. He's one. Aw, that's cute. Just a baby. Just a baby. That cat. You're my good crochet companion. Here he comes, and there he goes. I'll have to go do important black cat things. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Please double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. I do hope you will hang out for a while. Chat, hang out, watch me talk to myself and ramble a bit. We're at about the hour and 15-minute mark. Woohoo! I napped today, so I'm not tired on live, and I've got a nice latte. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. He's got like lines like they're white, black, gray, so that sounds pretty cool. He's cool but weird, yeah. Isn't that most cool things? Cool but weird. That's how my boss describes me. An absolute weird little goblin, but I'm good at my day job, so. I'd like to get this triangle done on live tonight and then start on another one. Use up these Uggos that I've got sitting around. right where it's supposed to be. Okay, this is 36 rows, looks like. Got this much left. It's definitely getting there, throw blanket size. Nice stretchy. Still have cat fur all over my face. My sweet black cat. Good at yarn. Thank you. Years and years and years of practice. Been crocheting since 1999. Sorry, I don't know what that means. But if you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. I do hope you will stay and chat for a while. I was able to say that all in one sentence. Without any weird pauses. Getting better at this content creation and live streaming thing. Little by little, day by day. Oh, I'm still quite low budget here. Before I got my ring light, I used a flashlight. And then I got a nice ring light at Ollie's for like $4. Cat fur everywhere. Can fit in a shoe. Oh, that's adorable. It's so cute. Little baby. And it's just past 8 o'clock. It's still almost 80 degrees out. Ew, too hot. Oh, oh, first yawn of the night. Just checking my email real quick. So I forgot to do that earlier. Why are you saying I'm offline? I'm not offline. Right. Done with that. Done with yet another row. Woohoo. Row 37. This is looking really nice. Excuse me. And I love this blue and this pink together. Yeah, what's this one called? It is called Strawberry and Soft Blue. Hello, Mary. Welcome to the live. Strawberry and Soft Blue. They're nice colors. Interesting name. Strawberry and Soft Blue. Yeah, 'cause this isn't really... Strawberries are red. Like a much deeper red than this. This is like an unripe strawberry. What are you making? I am crocheting a throw blanket. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 triangles and then sew the corners together. The inside of a strawberry is pinkish. Yeah, you're right, but I don't know. When I think of the color of like a berry, I think of the outside. And I just went strawberry picking on Monday with my dad, so I have recently become very familiar with what the outside of a very ripe strawberry looks like. Which is another reason why I'm so tired, is because I picked 8 pounds of strawberries with my dad. And we're gonna have homemade strawberry jam soon. Which reminds me, I have a thing of biscuit dough in my fridge. Maybe I'll cook that and make those for breakfast tomorrow and have some of the jam. 8 pounds of strawberries makes a lot of jam. Sorry, I can't read Japanese. Sorry. But welcome to the live. I do hope you will like, subscribe, and hang out for a while. maybe someone I know in real life will crash the chat and come hang out. I put on Facebook today, my personal Facebook and my business Facebook, that I was going live tonight. I know my uncle lurks in the chat practically every week. But if he wants to say something, he just texts me. He doesn't put it in chat. Yeah, a surprising amount of people I know IRL show up to my lives. They just don't say anything. I think my boss has watched a live stream before, but she doesn't say anything. She's very supportive. And I know I have a parent of a former student that tries to make all the lives, but they don't say anything in chat. And of course, my mom has shown up in chat before, but that's because she has moderator privileges. But she's busy tonight, so... My dad usually just watches the VOD. Once in a blue moon, my brother will watch. But he's a tech dude. He doesn't want his algorithm on YouTube messed with. He only wants his computer-related things on his YouTube. He doesn't want any crochet. He's like, I get enough of that just talking to you. I don't need it on my YouTube, too. Whenever I go to visit him, I show up, of course, with a trunk full of yarn, because I blow through yarn so quickly. And he's just like, ugh, get it out of my house! I'm like, well, it's coming back with me when I leave, so relax. Like, yeah. Siblings. Yeah, but my mom makes him watch sometimes, at least on her login. She's like, support your sister! And he's like, Mom. Yeah, he and I actually talked on the phone for like an hour last night. He's starting to get a little bit stressed about the wedding in October. like, it's okay, dude. It's the home stretch. Yes, it is the home stretch. He's getting married Columbus Day weekend. I mean, everything for the wedding is coming along. It's just as it gets closer, he's like, "Argh!" And my sister-in-law has anxiety. And she's like, "Argh!" And then he feeds off of that, and then she feeds off of his anxiety. But there's not a lot of drama for the planning since they're keeping it small. There's only going to be like 50 people at the wedding. So, and it's going to be on my parents' property up in New York. So we're going to go straight from the ceremony to, all right, if everybody will walk just 5 feet this way, here's the reception, here's the food. So, and they've got a good photographer. I'm the backup photographer. Because I don't know why they like my Instagram pictures. So my sister-in-law was like, hey, could you be our backup photographer? And I'm like, I know nothing about photography, but okay. I'm just really good at picking filters, but okay. I think you really should reach out to a professional to be the backup, but okay. Like, I don't know the first thing about photography. Except taking pictures for my business, but that's just like flat lays. And then I just remove the background. Or if it's for Instagram, I just slap a pretty filter on it. But though at this point I think my mother is more stressed than they are. I already have my dress and my shoes. I just need my dress tailored a bit because it's meant for like a very tall woman and I'm only 5'2". And I need a couple inches chopped off the bottom. And I can knit and I can crochet. I can reattach a button. I cannot do alterations. So I gotta find somebody to do the alterations for me. Or I'm just gonna have to wear really high heels. Which I really can't do because it's an outdoor wedding. Just... Oh, and I'm making part of my sister-in-law's dress. I don't know if y'all have seen Knititude's shorts on Instagram with the sweater scarf that like wraps around. My sister-in-law asked me to make her a crochet version of one of those. But basically what I have to do is get a hold of the pattern, buy the pattern for the knitting pattern, and then I'm going to see how it's constructed and then see if I can convert it to crochet somehow. Because I know there is a crochet version of her sweater scarves, but that's for lace weight mohair yarn, and mohair is not in the budget. I have some really nice acrylic nylon, but it's a 4-weight, so I just have to work some magic. But I think if I can figure out how the garment is knitted up for construction wise, I can figure out how to crochet it, because I've done that for pretty much all of my patterns, because I don't actually use crochet patterns. Practically everything you've seen me making just came out of my own brain. But, like, I'll reference other patterns to find out how something is constructed. So, if I can figure out how it's constructed, I can easily whip up one of those sweater scarves. You're back. Welcome back. I was just rambling about wedding things. Because my brother's getting married in October. We're in the home stretch. Which is why in the next couple weeks I'll be having a how many granny squares video can I make in one day video. It's the blanket. The big granny square blanket I've been making. I'd say it's about halfway done. I just need to push through and make the final half of the squares and attach them all together, and then put a border on it and weave in 50 million and a half ends. Which reminds me, I need to place an order from Hirschner's for more of the green yarn since they restocked it. Sleeps on one of your small... Aw, you sound so cute. Love that for you. I remember when Guinness was small. Did the notifications work? You're gonna have, Aaliyah, you're gonna have to remind me. Which notifications worked? I swear, I'm gonna have to start taking notes on these live, just so I can remember. Or I'll randomly remember things at 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 weeks later. Oh yeah, that, yes, it restocked. Set up the Hirschner if you set up to notify when the green yarn yet. Yes, I did set up. It's restocked. Thank you. Now I remember. It's restocked. I gotta order more, but again, need to find the money for it. Yeah. It's restocked. I need to look at my budget and see if I can order it now or if I need to wait until next paycheck. Because, yeah, I got paid Monday, but some stuff came up. As it always does. And yes, I went to Michael's today, but that was in budget. And that was mostly for a gift. And I had vouchers and coupons. But yeah. Partially why I'm hustling so hard on YouTube now is I want to get to that point where I'm starting to earn some passive income from it. I still need to get more blocking mats. What I really need is to get like a free shipping code from Hirschner's. Because I think you have to order a certain amount for cheaper shipping. Or you have to order like, when they do have free shipping, you have to order so much money worth. My yarn! Money worth of yarn. But, like, I don't need $50 worth of yarn. I need, like, 1 or 2 skeins of one thing. So, if I can get a nice free shipping code from them, I can order the rest of the yarn. We've got this much left. Making good progress on this. I think we have enough left for a couple rows, and then that's getting pretty good. If I add a border on and it stretches, it's getting pretty throw blanket size there. So, we're making good progress on this. Down to the wire with this one. Yay! really want to finish this particular triangle tonight and start on the next one. Because I need this done by Thursday night. And yes, I am insane trying to make a throw blanket with less than a week turnaround. But that is what copious amounts of caffeine are for. Maybe I'll do some weeknight lives next week just to really focus in on this. I don't know. Would anybody be interested in me doing weeknight lives, or... I don't know. I would like to start going live more often. You'll go. Oh, thank you, Aaliyah. Yeah. It would just be figuring out which nights, because I don't want to conflict with anybody else. I want to be able to watch Sarah's live streams. I don't want to conflict with anybody else. But I also need to pick a day that I'm not absolutely dead inside after work and still be able to interact and not just be sitting here on live like a goblin. Like the usual after work goblin I am. Hamster that died, but you still have his hamster bed. Sometimes your puppy sleeps in his bed. Aww. Little puppy. Who just texted me? That's my brother. He is trying to replace a light fixture all by himself, like a big boy. I say this as if he's not a grown man with a house and fiance. I don't know, he'll always just be this little tiny wiggly baby to me. Even though he's a grown man, again, with a house and a fiance and a 401k and a job where he makes more than I do. There's a 5-year gap between us. No, maybe I'll go live either Tuesday night or Wednesday night for the final push. So I was about to say, oh, I'm done with work early on Friday. I could do a Friday night live. Yes, but this one needs to be done by Thursday night. So, but maybe I'll go live on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Whichever day sucks the least, because I know next week is gonna suck. Because there's been drama at work, and it's also a heat wave. So whichever day sucks the least, I will do a weekday live. Most likely it will be a Tuesday, but I don't know. I'll post on Instagram about it, if any of you follow me over on Instagram. See, I'm more I post all across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, but I'm more like interactive on Instagram. That's where I check my DMs the most, because I don't think you can DM on YouTube, and I never get the notifications when people DM me on TikTok. I mean, I also have a Facebook page, but I forget about it half the time. the only reason I post regularly on there is because it's connected to my Instagram account. I'm also on Threads and Rednote, but I mostly just lurk on Rednote. I'm on Rednote for like the Chinese recipes and the Chinese crochet patterns. Wish I could see my puppy. Yeah, he sounds pretty cute. And on Threads, I'm just a feral, angry goblin that cyberbullies politicians. Like I used to on Twitter back in the day. Largely shifted away from everything else. I'm mostly YouTube now. But meh. I don't know, there's too many to keep up with these days. Bring back MySpace. That's the generation I'm from. Posting cryptic song lyrics and ranking your friends. God, I'm getting old when you think about it. I still subconsciously feel the urge to carry change in case I need to use a payphone. And I don't think I've actually... you wish I could see your puppy. Yeah, I saw your message earlier. Yeah, he sounds really cute. Yeah. I haven't seen a working payphone in I don't know how many years. Alright. Done with the blue. We're at this bit of strawberry. I think I could get at least 5 more rows out of it. We should see. And then we'll move on to the next one. And we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. Woohoo! Let's see, what time is it? It is 8:40. Huh. Nice. Well, still got a while yet to go. If you are just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. We have lots of fun here. I do hope you'll stay and chat and help me get my watch hours up. I would like to be able to monetize on YouTube so I don't have to be as low budget. Because we're very low budget here. Even those Power Wheel cars, you have to put a box in it just for your little puppy. Aww. All I wanted when I was a kid were those Power Wheel cars. Like, I still want one now, but, like, I'm an adult with a real car. That annoys me. Car ownership is not all that it's cracked up to be, children. I paid $800 a couple months ago to have one single tube replaced. Because there was a hole in it and it was hard to get to. And they're like, yeah, it'll be $800. I'm like, can I just crawl in there and put some duct tape on it? I'm sure that would be a lot cheaper, but no, then it wouldn't pass inspection. But good news is at least I own my car outright, so I don't have a car payment, which is very freeing. That's an extra $400 a month I don't have to spend. Now it's just the insurance, gas, taxes, and maintenance, which is still an annoying amount, but I know people tell me are like, oh, your car, you should sell your car while the resale value is still good now that it's paid off. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be driving that thing till the wheels fall off, because I like not having a car payment. And I got it when it was new almost 10 years ago, so like, it's a part of me. And we just passed the 2-hour mark. Woohoo! Let's take a quick hydration break. Drink your water, take your meds. Switch your laundry. That is good latte. What car did you want? Well, right now I drive a 2016 Buick. Which, I've always kind of wanted a Volkswagen Beetle, but they don't make those anymore, and I have to have a car at least after... I have to have a car with a backup camera in it, just because that's how I learned how to drive. So, actually, yeah. So, I just didn't really have a preferred car, I just wanted a car. It needed to have a backup camera and be small, so I have a 2016 Buick. And it's good, it's reliable, it's paid off, it's just got some really weird quirks that annoy me. Like, the power steering goes out every time it gets too cold. But, like I said, it's reliable and it's paid off. So, yeah. Also, I had to go with kind of what my mom wanted because we shared the car for a long time before she gave up driving. Because I got my learner's permit when I was 17, but I didn't get my license until I was 20 something. I can't remember exactly how old, but I was over 22 when I finally got my license, but I had my permit when I was 17. And I only had my permit for so long because I just never had the time to schedule the test and then go out to the DMV and then take the test and do all that and the bureaucracy, so. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how old I was when I finally got my license. I just know it was after college, so I was either 22 or older. And it was before COVID, so. But Mom and I shared the car for a while, and then I took over the car payments after I got my license, and she gave her license up. So she doesn't drive anymore. And then I got it paid off 2 years ago now. A year and a half. Yeah, it was about it was 2.5. I got it, I paid it off, now I remember. I paid it off in November of 2023. Because one morning I woke up in December 2023 and thought, oh, this is great. I don't have to make a car payment this month, it's all paid off, and then the check engine light turned on. And I was like, absolutely not, I just paid this thing off. And luckily it wasn't a huge repair. It was some problem with the emissions. My car was just polluting too much, so it wasn't actually a problem with the engine, it was a problem with one of the exhaust pipes. But there's no exhaust pipe light, there's just a check engine light, so I just went and had a heart attack about that. So, I paid to get that fixed. It was fine. And then a few months later, later that month, it started having the power steering problem, which I took it to the shop for that. And they were like, yeah, your car just doesn't like the cold. There's nothing we can really do to fix that. Buicks just don't like the cold. So the solution to that is that in the wintertime when it's cold, I run an extension cord out to my car with a space heater. And then last winter the check engine light came on again. This time another tube for the emissions went wrong, but this was a more complex tube. That was the one where I asked, hey, instead of paying you $800 for this fix, can I just crawl up there and duct tape the hole shut? And they were like, no, that won't pass inspection. So I had to fork over $800 for them to special order a part and replace in my car. But it gets me from point A to point B, and the gas mileage is really good, so that's good. I did not mean for this live to turn into car talk, but here we are. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. I do hope you will stay and hang out for a little while. We are making a throw blanket tonight using the linen stitch. And we're just about done with this part. Alright, yeah. We are definitely making good progress here. So, did anybody watch my vlog that came out today? I also, when I went to Michael's this morning, I saw they were putting out some of the Halloween stuff already. Massive serotonin boost. You and your dad are mechanics. You help your dad all the time with oil changes. That is pretty good skill to have. I wish I knew more about cars. That's just not my forte. It starts making a weird noise. I'm like, Dad. Which reminds me, I'm due for an oil change in my car. Someone maybe buy something from my website so I can pay for the oil change. I ship to the UK and Canada now. Yeah, I'm due for an oil change. Well, not too soon. In the next 2 months or so. But, yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna do a where am I? I think I'm gonna do 2 more rows after this one, and then we'll be done with this one triangle, and we will start on the next one. So I don't want to go completely until I run out of yarn on this one, because I don't want to run the risk of running out of yarn on the other triangles. And I want to save the scraps up so I can sew the triangles together with them and then put on a border, just to make it a little bigger. Usually I slip stitch when I make these triangle blankets. I slip stitch them together, but I think this time I'm going to mattress stitch them together. I don't know, this is only the first triangle. I still gotta... We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. God, my hair is popping out. No, we don't want to see that. Oh, is it almost 9 o'clock? Yep, it's 8:58. I knew it. Oh, no. Oh, no. I just saw a news alert on my phone I didn't want to see. Night ruined. I did not want to see that. I'm tired of living through unprecedented times. Just keep going with the lie. To quote the early 2010s, which was quoting World War I, keep calm and carry on as best as you can. It's not good, not good, not good. This week really has sucked. Nope, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Aaron Parnas ain't getting any rest tonight, that's for sure. Let's do 2 more rows of this to finish off this triangle, and then we will keep going. Hello, welcome to the live. Keep swimming, just keep swimming. I gotta look. Not again. You know, when I jokingly said to my mom, sometimes I wish I could go back to 2003, that was not what I meant. What a world we live in now. If you're just joining us, double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. We try to have fun here, despite the state of the world. If we're gonna be doing this early 2000s nonsense, can we at least bring back the translucent technology? It's like I've said many times before, I still want a purple iMac G3. Even though it's the year of our Lord 2025. Knew this would happen. So, how's everybody else's crochet projects going? Or knit, or whatever fun, crafty things you do. I actually knit a couple hats last week. Excuse me. Yep, this is getting to be pretty decently sized. Hello, welcome to the live. Alright, this is how much we've got left. We're going to do one more row on this triangle, and then we're going to start the next triangle, because it's only 9:08, and I'll just keep going. And then I'll probably go watch the Zaddy Crafts live at 10 o'clock. You're not making anything? You're just chilling? You know, Laura, when she was in here earlier, she said she was making bandanas, which is nice. I've been into crochet bandanas lately as well. You did watch my new video and you want to... Thank you, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. I try to make a nice variety of stuff to put on my website. Lots of hats. I want to start like making sweaters and cardigans to put on the site. It's just sizing would be hard. Because I only know how to make large sizes. I don't know how to make small sizes. Because I want to make more sweaters, it's just the only sweaters I've only ever made are for like me, my mom, my sister-in-law. And my sister-in-law's smaller than me. But I don't know how to make small size sweaters. I only know how to make giant oversized ones or extra large 2XL. And your shirt is a size large. Well, maybe I'll make large sweaters and just sell exclusively larger sized sweaters and eventually figure out how to grade it down. I'm not the best at math. Like, for all of my items that come in different sizes, like baby and child and adult size hats, it was literally just randomly crocheting and then seeing what the measurements were and then frogging it and starting over again until I eventually figured out the formula. Because I just really struggle with math. So, a lot of trial and error goes into my designs with multiple sizes. I mean, I can make little tiny baby sweaters, too. But I have an easier time with making little baby sweaters because I work with babies. So if I want to figure out sizing, I can just grab one, put it on them. But my coworkers probably do not want to be measured by me for sweater sizing. So yeah, I can freehand a sweater up to like a 2-year-old size, and then it jumps to just XL and up. Which I find hilarious because a lot of people seem to struggle with making the larger sizes. Because the proportions are different. Well, I have that problem, but with smaller sizes, because I don't have a mannequin, and I don't really interact with other adults as much. Just because I'm a teacher with babies and toddlers. And the only other adults I really interact with on a frequent basis outside of my family are my co-teachers, and we're all the same size, XL, so I need to find some smaller people and be like, can I measure you? For trial and error purposes, because I look at charts online, but they're often just numbers, which dyscalculia here. So I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but thank you for coming. Tomorrow I've got other commitments to do all day, but I'll definitely probably stream either Tuesday or Wednesday, and again next Saturday. So thank you so much for coming. And thanks for watching my videos and liking and subscribing and all that lovely stuff. Alright, we are almost done with this triangle and we can get started on the next one. You turn your notifications on so I can tell you when I come on. Thank you, Aaliyah. I usually try to jump on around 6:30 on Saturdays. I eat dinner fairly early, just because I'm usually up so early. So I'm usually eating dinner around 5:30 and then I go live. Good evening. Thank you. Welcome to the live. We just finished a triangle and are about to start another one. So it looks a little small, but it will definitely stretch out. So it definitely stretches out. It'll definitely stretch out to a much bigger throw blanket size, especially when I put a border on it, because I'm going to use a larger hook size for the border. So the first triangle for this blanket is done. I am using currently Caron Simply Soft for this, because this is a gift for one of my coworkers that was diagnosed with cancer this week. And Caron Simply Soft is one of those yarns that's approved for making like chemo-friendly wearables and hats and such. So I made her a couple hats earlier this week, off camera, behind the scenes, but now I'm making her a throw blanket. So I'm actually dug some Ogos out of retirement because I am weird and actually liked the Ogos. And we're using strawberry and soft blue. Caron Simply Soft, and then I also have strawberry and soft blue in the regular skeins. So we are about to tear into another Ogo of Caron Simply Soft. And this one seems to be a reverse of the previous one. This one was strawberry colored on the bottom ends, but this one is the soft blue on the bottom ends, so it's cool. Okay, just gotta snip this part and we'll get started. I also got to write down that I want 47 rows. Yeah. Ogos were discontinued, I think, a while ago. Which, I mean, they were kind of a gimmick at the time, but I liked them. Okay, first I need to dig out a notepad. Oh, it's over there. 1 second. Yarn worm. Yarn tube. Yeah. Oh, it's such a mess over here. Maybe when I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll film a tour of my yarn nook. Right. This notepad is from Unicorn Eclipse, by the way. It matches my classroom theme, so I got it, even though I use it at home. It matches my classroom theme, because I have another one in my classroom. So... I'm using a 6.5mm hook. What grade? Infant and young toddler. Yeah, I've been following Unicorn Eclipse for a while too. I really like them. Because the name of my classroom, it's plant themed. I can't share the actual name they give my classroom for safety reasons, but it's plant themed. So I really like their Botanical Bliss pattern because I gotta send a lot of notes home sometimes. Parents don't respond to emails, so I write it out on a note and stick it in their cubby where they can't ignore it. 47. Alright. That is written down so that I won't forget. We'll save this scrap and we'll use it for the border. I gotta stop looking at that thing. It's just making me sad. All the news notifications. This one. Thank you. My grandma made it back in the 70s. Alright. Where did I put... it's just so funny. It's like a worm. A worm of yarn. And not like those little cut off yarn worms. Oh, excuse me. Quick. Water break. Drink your water, take your meds. Yes, I stole that saying from Crochet Vision, but you know what? It's important. Stay hydrated and remember to take your medication or things get weird. Ugh. Alright. Starting off these lemon stitch triangles is always kind of annoying because of the magic circle, but it's quick to get into the flow of things. And I do have a tutorial on how to do the magic circle on my channel. Catch me next time. Take care. Thank you. You take care too. It's about 9:20. We're almost at the 3-hour mark. Let's just go for the 3-hour mark tonight. Because I slept in really late this morning and I took a nap this afternoon, so I am not that tired, so I'll keep going. Well, I will get off by 10 o'clock because I want to go watch some live streams that are going to be happening later. And I need to call my mother. And provide further proof of life. Because Eventually, Rocky's gonna come down and try to knock the camera over and be like, it's bedtime. So he was doing that last week. But he's been quiet tonight. He might already be asleep. My cats are weird in that they usually sleep at night. Guinness is usually asleep most of the night. Rocky and Zuzu sleep a little bit at night and then they wake up. But Guinness sleeps through the night. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit the subscribe button. I do hope you will hang out for a little while with me. Stick around and chat. I reconfigured my Nightbot settings to make it a little less mean. So, I increased the emoji limit. So, it should be nicer to people in chat. Hello from New Zealand. Wow. You're from far away. Hello from Pennsylvania. It's already tomorrow there, isn't it? It's getting late here. I would love to go to New Zealand. Thought about moving to New Zealand when I was in college all of those years. 1:25 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Wow! It is currently 9:25 at night, Saturday evening. Nightbot! Be nice. Sorry, it catches emojis, but yes, hello to everyone in chat. Yeah, it is 9:25 at night here in Pennsylvania, USA. And it is too hot. It's like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which I forget how much it's in Celsius. Yeah, you got some weird trolls on my lives the other evening, yeah. Yeah, I've had my Nightbot set to be pretty ruthless, but it's been too ruthless and catching things that aren't wrong, so I'm trying to figure out the right balance between getting rid of weirdos but also being nice. Beautiful hot winter's day today. It's a hot summer evening here. Like, I've got both my air conditioners running and I have iced coffee and I'm still dying here. You're still available whenever you need. Thank you, Aaliyah. Maybe once I hit 1,000 subscribers and actually start consistently getting weirdos in the chat. Because it's been pretty chill. Only like 1 or 2 weirdos and I can handle that on my own. Either someone's lighting off fireworks or it's a thunderstorm. No, you're not weird. Started hearing explosions and things are rattling, and with the news alert earlier, I'm a little concerned. But I do live in the middle of nowhere, so Let's see what the old people on Nextdoor say. Because things are getting interesting outside, it sounds like. Thank you, I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm hearing a lot of weird explosions outside. Yeah, it is hard getting the numbers and views to start. Just gonna choose to believe that's fireworks. Well, thank you. Sorry, there were sudden explosions outside and... Forget, it's almost July, so it's fireworks season. Other videos later. Thank you. Yeah, I try to post a long form video every other Saturday and then a short form a couple times a week. But sorry, there's just loud booms outside and I don't know what they are because it's not a thunderstorm. Yeah, I live in Pennsylvania, and this is the part of the US where you can make big booms in your backyard whenever you please. But I got a news alert earlier that the US has entered the conflict, and now I hear explosions outside, and I'm like, okay, are they good booms or bad booms? I keep my schedule I keep 2 weeks in between my big post because I do have a full-time job. I'm a teacher. But I do want to be consistent just because the algorithms like consistency. So I go live at least once a week every Saturday. Try to post shorts, and then I do a long form video every other Saturday, but I do have one. Oh, I've not kept up with it. Yeah, I just got the news alert on my phone like 45 minutes ago. But I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm pretty sure it's fireworks. I just have anxiety. But yeah. I do have an extra long form video coming out next week about all the yarn that I bought during the month of May and June. Since I don't do big giant yarn hauls, because that's just not in the budget. But you're back. Welcome back. We're still going. I started on another triangle. And there's big booms outside. But the lights haven't flickered, so... Tired of living in unprecedented. Alert, wow. I am making a throw blanket right now. I am making 4 triangles. Well, I'm going to make 4 triangles. I'm working on the second triangle. I'm going to make 4 triangles and put them together like this to make it into a big square. This was made by my grandma back in the 70s, and then this blanket here is what I'm working on as a wedding gift to my brother. He's getting married in October. So, it's 9:30. Okay, it's fireworks. Okay. Yeah, I checked next door. It's just fireworks. I don't know what for, but I know the local emergency services, they post on Nextdoor, which is a American social networking app that's limited to a certain radius around you for neighborhoods and such. And they just posted on Nextdoor, it's just fireworks. I know the news was scary, but this is just fireworks. Please stop calling 911. July 4th? Yeah, but it's June. It doesn't usually start around here until 5.6 earthquake on one of your lives once. That was interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. I've had a major blizzard during one of my vlogs that I posted earlier this year that knocked our power out for quite a while, and it was just me filming in the dark, like, so here's what we're doing. And it was during a major blizzard, so I had no heat. So I set up a tent in my living room, and I set up a tent by my fireplace, and I camped in my living room overnight. But yeah, my part of Pennsylvania, we get some pretty gnarly blizzards in the winter, but we're used to it, so it's just like, oh no, not again. But jeez. Yeah, usually around here, the fireworks don't start until at least July. But I guess they're starting earlier this year, I don't know. Normally I would go, oh, fireworks, but there was a news alert on my phone earlier, and now I'm like, okay, good boom or bad boom? Get the wind chill from Antarctica, wow. You know, we get a lot of snow starting. You're back. Welcome back. Yeah, we get a lot of snow starting in January, and it just dumps on us. And then it gets really cold, but that's about it. We get the occasional tornado around here, but it's never a strong one. Like, tornado season for this part of Pennsylvania, we just go stand on our lawn and we're like, oh, look! That's interesting. Because we've got... Yeah. I live in a part of Pennsylvania, it's pretty well insulated from any kind of, like, major weather. We don't get earthquakes, we don't get extreme hurricanes, we usually just get the remnants. I think the worst we ever got was Sandy, the remnants of Hurricane Sandy back in 2012, but we didn't even lose power. The streets were all underwater for a while. We get tornadoes, but they're not very strong. Good night to your puppy. How sweet. Good night, little puppy. We do flood sometimes, but I live on top of a hill. The only really thing we get is blizzards. We did have a really bad storm a couple months ago at the start of tornado season that did cause a lot of damage to like one half of town. But my half of town was fine. But, I mean, it made CNN how bad it was in my area. And I was watching the news, and I'm like, oh, that's where I usually go grocery shopping. You're in the Ring of Fire. Yeah, so you'd get earthquakes, volcanoes. But, yeah, no. I'm in the middle of nowhere in the Appalachian Mountains, so we don't get much of anything. Or what we do get is pretty weak. We did get an earthquake back in 2011, which was weird. But it was, like, tiny. Well, to you, living on the Ring of Fire, you'd probably be like... You'd probably be like, oh. You'd barely feel it. But for us, we were, like, running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Like, oh my god, that was a major earthquake! It was like a very low magnitude. Appalachian Mountain. Yeah, I'm at the north mid end of the Appalachian Mountains. It's not quite Appalachia, but it's enough that the area is pretty mountainous. Yeah, I know. The main, what you would consider Appalachia, is south of here. Cute puppy eyes. Aww. But no. The Appalachian Mountains are really good. You just get some strange people coming out of them. 5 is small to us. Yeah, for us, I can't remember. I think it was a 5.1, and, like, everybody was so freaked out. And I had a friend from LA that was just like, didn't even react. Whereas I was sitting there like, what was that? But again, we get a tornado warning here, and I go stand on my lawn and look for it. So I'm sure people not from the US would be like, oh my god, what are you doing? And be like, that's just an EF1, relax. One sounding like a train underground, then hitting your house was scary. Yeah. But we're fairly insulated, so, in the mountains, so it's just flooding and blizzards and cold, but we're built for it, so. I did live in Erie, Pennsylvania for 4 years for college. And you want to talk snow? We got 8 feet overnight once when I was living there, and I still had to go to class in the morning. Eight feet of snow, that's like over 2 meters in one night, and I still had to go to class in the morning. I cried a little bit, but that's just Erie, Pennsylvania. Everybody just, the people there are built for it. Oh no, you forgot to give him his treat. Don't forget the treat. Changed to metric when you were a kid, yeah. See, I have co-teachers that are from other countries, So I just automatically try to do the conversions in my head, what I've memorized, because I'm very bad at math, so I just memorize the conversions. Just because they're both, well, one of my co-teachers is from Afghanistan, one is from Iran, and they're like, feet, what is this? And I'm like, this many centimeters or whatever. So I just kind of automatically think of both. Snow, forest, yeah. I've always wanted to visit New Zealand. I thought about moving there after college, but then I got a job in my hometown, so I stayed here, and I'm still in the same job all these years later. But I definitely want to visit someday. My dad really wants to go because he went to Australia in the very beginning of 2020. And he was like, this is nice, but I hear New Zealand is similar, but there's less bugs that will kill you. Oh yeah, I barely passed math class in high school and college. They passed me because they pitied me. I have dyscalculia, so that's like the math version of dyslexia. So I look at numbers and I'm just like, I have no concept of what that's trying to say. If you put 4 objects in front of me, I'm like, yeah, that's 4 things. But if you put the number 4 in front of me, I'm like, it takes me a minute, and I only know it because of pure memorization. Which is how I was able to survive. No snakes, no bears. Nice. In my part of Pennsylvania, we've got both, but they're small and don't do much. Oh, little burrito. Aw. I love little animals in little burritos. I used to burrito Guinness up when he was a baby. He'll be 15 in August now. Snakes and spiders. Yeah, I'm low-key afraid of going to Australia. Oh wow, we just hit the 3-hour live mark. Woohoo! I'm pretty wired on caffeine right now, so. It's hot. But I'm probably going to get off soon just because Zaddy Crafts is doing a live soon, and I want to watch that, and I do have to get ready to go to bed. I can't stay up too late past my bedtime. The reason I'm up right now is because I usually wake up at 5 a.m. most mornings, but I was just so tired from work this week that I slept until 9:30 this morning. Zaddy from Australia. Yeah. Yeah, they're like releasing new colors of his yarn line, and I don't like chenille yarn. I've never bought from him, but I like his content, so. And like, I know that group that crochet group of friends he's part of. I like all their content, so. I'll probably watch the live as I fall asleep. So I'll probably do a couple more rows of this. Tomorrow's your little brother's birthday. Well, happy birthday to him! I can't believe it's almost the end of June already. Which means the week after next, we're going to hit the point where we're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. And that's... I don't know how to feel. You watch Kelsey, you're making a rainbow hexagon cardigan falling. That's cool. Yeah, I finally took the plunge into selling crochet stuff online after watching her Q&A video. Back last year, it was sometime last year. I had been doing craft shows is I've been crocheting since 1999, and everyone around me has been harping on me, like, you've got to start selling some of this stuff. I have way too much crochet stuff. And then she did the Q&A about it, and I was like, oh, that demystified a lot of it and was enough to give me that final push to set up my online shop and all that, because previously I was just doing craft shows, but now I have an online shop and I do craft shows, but I haven't done any craft shows yet this year because my brother's getting married in October, and I had to bank all my paid time off for his wedding. It's like, I work for we offer generous unpaid time off, it's just I can't afford a lot of unpaid time off, so. And usually around here, the craft shows, they want you to set up like the Friday before, but I'm teaching on Fridays. And they're like, oh yeah, you need to be set up in here by like noon on Friday. I'm like, I'm teaching. So I have to take those days off of my day job. Which, I mean, I said earlier in the live, my boss is very supportive of my crochet business, so they're super chill about it, but I'm a teacher in America, so I don't make a lot. Right now, my crocheting, it's at the point where it's self-funding. I sell enough at markets and on my website. I sell just enough to buy more yarn. But because I sell stuff, I can write my yarn purchases off on my taxes every April. So, yeah, it's self-funding. So, I would like to make more money from like YouTube and crocheting, because I can't teach forever. I'm gonna have to retire someday. But I'd like stuff to fall on. Huge recession. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. My area is pretty well insulated from the rest of the economic problems going on in the US, but I can definitely feel it just because back in May we had Teacher Appreciation Week, which is like a week you get gifts for your kids' teachers. And most years I make out like a bandit with like cash and gift cards and stuff, but this year I barely got anything. Just because everything's so expensive, people didn't have the extra money to get me a gift card or buy me coffee. So I got mostly handmade stuff. Only 5 million, so not enough customer. Everyone crochets, but no, yeah. I think more people live in Pennsylvania than all of New Zealand. I think more people just live in the Philadelphia region than Pennsylvania than New Zealand. We're one of the more populated states. And we're one of the weirder ones. We have the highest Amish population in the country. You laugh when you say there's... Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's like New York City. They've got a ton of people up there. So many sheep. Yes, and I'm allergic. Aww, little puppy. Glad you're enjoying the stream. I am gonna get off in a couple minutes though. We're past the 3-hour mark. Zaddy Crafts is going live, and it's almost 10 o'clock and I need to call my mom. So we talk every night. But she knew I was going to be live later in the night. Small village. I live in a somewhat major city in Pennsylvania. It's one of the bigger cities, but a lot of the population of Pennsylvania is very rural. So our big cities are still kind of small compared to like New York and LA and stuff like that. We're pretty spread out. Alright, we're gonna finish this row and then I am going to hop off of live and then get ready to go to bed and watch Zaddy's stream because I'm starting to get tired and I'm just ready to wind down for the night. Because I do want to fix my sleep schedule. Because I usually wake up at 5 a.m. every day, but I was so tired I woke up at 9:30 a.m. this morning. So I need to go to sleep and fix my sleep schedule before Monday morning so that I'm not miserable. Because I know next week is going to be not very fun at work. We're in the middle of a heat wave, and my classroom is positioned so that we get direct sunlight most of the day. So, I'm probably gonna melt. On to the last couple stitches. And we are finished for the night. Alright, 16 rows. I'm gonna call it a night there. We got lots of stuff done, but I'm tired. We've been live for a long time, over 3 hours at this point. So I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I'm gonna go to bed, face reality, watch Zaddy Crafts. So thank you to everybody that came to tonight's live stream. It was really fun. I had a good time. I hope you all had a good time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post. I go live pretty much every Saturday around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I post a vlog every other Saturday. I had one come out today, and I try to post shorts a couple times a week. And I have a website where you can buy the things I crochet, smallpinecrafts.square.site, link below in the description, and it's been in the chat. And I now offer shipping to the UK and Canada, not just the US, so yay. Alright, good night everyone. Have a great evening. And all that, I'm gonna go finish this and go to bed. Boop. Yes, I want to stop streaming. Good night.